Messy, 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 messy. Get ready, put your seatbelt on. Get ready, put your seatbelt on. So, he really likes her. Um, he likes her. I do want to say that they have been in communication with one another. Two cards fell out right away. And I was going to put them back in, but some said to keep them out. So, I kept them out. I don't feel like he wants to try anymore. He's definitely looking like he is about to move on. In regards to home life, there's absolutely about to be a change. This is a future reading right here. This is it's in the process. Um, I feel like the resources that he does have, he intends to keep them. He doesn't want to share. Hey, downstairs or in the other bathroom working. Oh my God, it's so loud. So he feels like his progress is being blocked. I feel like he's absolutely looking for a way to escape. And then it moves back into the home life again. Four Swords pulled up twice in this. And that's all about home life, children, relationship, like a solid relationship. And so, he may or may not have a conversation with you about this. He may or may not. It actually it's on his mind a lot. I think what it is that he ultimately really wants is what he's looking at. Like he's literally gauging both of his real. I hate to, I just really even hate to deliver this. Um, he's looking at what it is that you have to offer and what it is that she has to offer, as well as how he kicks it with the both of you. Like he looking at energy at the end of the day. He's looking at energy. And he's definitely gonna he's gonna move how you know him to move. At this point, you know him. You read the whole situation correctly when you sent me your reply. So you know what's going on. You already know. You really want clarification to what it is that you already know. That's where you're at with it. This is about trusting in your own shit because you fucking got it. So I feel like he's gonna be drinking more, simply because he's all in his head right now. He on some fantasy type shit. hmm Yeah. He's definitely all in his head, trying to conjure up some shit, like trying to figure out how do you go about this, because we know you're gonna geese. That's what you're gonna do. So maybe you should just probably ask him like a real conversation, like really, what do you want? You know, like what the fuck do you want? Do you want your family, or do you want that? I think you should have a real adult conversation, you know, when you can do it unemotionally, like you guys are definitely his family, no doubt about it. Like, you're never not going to be in the equation. You're the mother of his children, so it's not like you're not going to be there. But in regards to you having the relationship that you want to have with him, no, I think he ultimately you know, you're hurt. And so not only are you hurt, but you like, no, nigga, give me what the fuck you giving that bitch, right? But he feels two completely different ways about the both of you. He's hurt you, and you done whooped his ass. Like, you know, you done put your paws on that nigga. So he's looking at that. Even though it's his fault, he's still looking at that. He's looking at, okay, if we, just like on Mother's Day, we go out with my mom and my sister and I take you out with your family, how are you going to act? He looked at that. They actually had a conversation about that. Him and his mom. Because his mom come first, you know. So she may ultimately have been the one that, you know, they had a conversation, well, where's baby girl? You know what I mean? Like, because it was Mother's Day, y'all was all just hanging up, and now we're here. Now we're here. So I feel like, you know, he was looking at your character. Not only your character, but how you interacted with the family. And you let your emotions take over. And I think that might have been the dagger, ultimately. I hate to tell you that, but, and don't think that I don't get how you feel, right? Because I get it. But at the same time, you love him, and you've gone back repeatedly. You feel me? And so it's gonna always be that. If it moves further, you're not gonna trust him. You're not, because you haven't released what he did to you. You haven't released that. He knows it's gonna be a battle between you and her. He already knows this. But I feel like, well, I ain't gonna say what I feel like. It's here. I feel like in this instance, the heart wants what the heart wants. And a lot of times when you have separation from someone that you used to fuck with, either, you know, you become cool, I'm good without this person, and you ultimately move on. Or you miss that person, and you like, you know what? Let me shoot my shot. Because I'm almost sure that when y'all got into it, right? When you went to the door that day and she was there, I don't feel like she's been back since then. You correct me if I'm wrong, but that was an eye-opener for her. She didn't come from up out of state to come and be with, I believe, with who she thinks is her dude. And baby mama pull up like, nah, bitch, we still fucking. And that's a long distance relationship. So that girl had to look at herself. Like, what the fuck am I doing? You know? Like, I'm investing myself into this, and however that thing is playing out. I know how that feels from both women. From the woman that's the woman, and the woman that's watching this nigga with who he fuck with. That's why I'm talking to you like this. I see both ends of the spectrum. This tarot shit is deep. It ain't all shits and giggles. And I'm not one to not tell what I see. And to be honest with what I see. And these are the type of messages that's gonna hurt to tell. Because it's all energetic. So ultimately this leaves you with information that allows you to ask yourself, what do I want? Outside of this relationship, right? What do I want? And can you see yourself without Jeff that way? Because at the end of the day, it'd be us. They gonna fuck us. They're gonna do that. You know what I'm saying? And with that comes emotions. With that comes wishful thinking. And then sometimes a crash. Because you was up so high floating because it felt so good. And now the rug has been pulled from up under you. And now you crash. Like poke your balloons. Every fantasy you had. Poked your shit. Now you back on the ground again. And so then it becomes, okay, how do I pick myself up? How do I start over again? Right? So you really got to ask yourself, like, what do I want to manifest for myself? First, a healthy me. A healthy mind, soul, body, me. First, a healthy me. You got to start with me. And then it can manifest outwardly once you're good. As a whole ass person. I think that's what it's really about. So this also made me think about Mercury retrograde, right? So Mercury retrograde is all about, at the end of the day, going back into the past and just checking to see if you're going the right way. So what the whole purpose of everybody flipping out about Mercury retrograde is about, right? They'd be like, whatever, right? Whatever the pandemonium is, but at the end of the day, what it's really about is reviewing, am I on the right track, right? For once that retrograde is over. This is why they say, oh, don't talk to none of your exes, because they're coming back to be like, okay, this is why I was fucking with this person, or this is why I was doing this thing, because you're going back to see if what you were doing was right, or maybe I shouldn't have been fucking with that motherfucker in the first place, so Spirit allow you to know that as well, like, this is why I stopped fucking with you. Or it says, see, this is why I fuck with you. Either way, two paths, that's it, right? But once we're out of that retrograde, it then turns into, okay, I see why I left that person. Solidified, right? And then the next retrograde comes up and it'll be like, let me just check this out again. Because I do fuck with this motherfucker, but you just don't fuck with me like that. There's a reason why. So it made me think about that. Like, okay, during this retrograde period, y'all amped up a little bit. Not to say that you wasn't before, but he was really looking at during that retrograde period, like, you got your birthday shit out of that, right? You done got some fits out of this thing. I don't know when he bought you them beautiful dresses, but, you know, you chose to wear them during the retrograde period. So that made me think, okay, that's why he dug in. Because he was looking to see, like, okay, damn, maybe we really can do this. Nigga ain't just finna be buying you shit. I don't give a fuck if you baby mama or not. Something to put on your body? Niggas, they ain't doing that. Okay. So y'all in the retrograde low key. Right, like it's starting to wrap up, the retrograde is, and y'all do Mother's Day. And you showed your ass. His mother says something to you. And then you come here. And then we do, I can't remember if it was your birthday and then Mother's Day. I don't exactly remember how all of that flowed. But I think you went to your birthday before that. So he was really looking at y'all. And then the Mother's Day thing happened. I truly believe it was a trigger. I honest to God, I believe that. I really, 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 really do. Now, I'm not going to say he has ultimately really made contact, but contact, it does look like it's going to be made with Chelsea. I do believe that. And then ultimately it comes down to him needing to make a decision on ultimately is he going to move forward with her. Now she has to say, I want this though. You know what I mean? Like she has to say, yes I do, in order for any of these things that I've just said to you to ultimately take place. All that shit relies on her. So if she doesn't say yes, then they're not fucking with each other. So everybody has the right to choose what it is that they want, which can make things change in the tarot. Would be a person's change of mind. Like we all have free will. So, woo, goddamn. You've been warned. None of this has to play out like this. This is just you being in the know. That part. You being in the know. For fucking sure. You guys are both adults. An honest conversation. Just honesty. Just honesty. You know, do you see me in your future? That's really ultimately what you need to know. Outside of being your baby mama, because you're going to be there. You're the children's mom. You're going to be there. So you really need to know, nigga, are we fucking with each other? Or either you stop giving them some ass or you fucking, stop giving them some ass. Or if you do, you can't give a fuck. If you do, can't give a fuck. Okay. So, I'm about to upload this and send it to you. And then I need a timeout. Because this was deep. This was deep. Okay, babe.